Assalamu alaikum. This is the Advanced Comparative Constitutional Advocate Gulraiz team. Today is the 2nd of the October, and again I'm going to address a lot of the issues in connection with the affairs of the females and males of the globe. That the civil manipulated mode of assessment regarding the females in the whole of the territorial jurisdiction of the globe, that which are the elements leading the groups of the males in the Pakistan into miserable multiple social discrepant disorder, that why they are not into the resolutions as to confine themselves, as to resolve their household issues, their political issues, their family issues. In Pakistan, it is a precedent in customary laws of judicature, that according to the civil judicature, I am observing these confronting observations of the individuals in the Pakistan, especially in the globe as well, that the humans are not in the position as to understand the rights, the equity, the resolutions, the moderation lines of assessment to the character is an absolute problem in Pakistan, which is pinpoint complex declined observation which should be addressed to the public. So I was observing these issues in Pakistan. In Pakistan, it is a prevailing custom and precedent that the females are in troublesome situations, and the males, they want to drive the pecuniary profits, monetary profits. It means the income and expenses, and a lot of the females want to acknowledge the rotation of the physical needs from the males. So meanwhile, such vagabond approved habitual offender of the statutory impulses become criminal in fact, and we have to control our youth and the young generation under our subordinations. So as to reconcile such groups of the males and females in Pakistan, what ought to be destined with the character building elements regarding the social affairs, fiscal affairs, and the matrimonial affairs of the individuals in the Pakistan. This appears to be a confronting landmark judicial question, as well as the obligation which should be understood by the public, that they are not in the proper length of control as to revise the reconciliation of the equitable rights of the females and males and the both groups in Pakistan, because 95% of the groups of the underage males and females are working into the multidimensional problems. They have to resolve their fiscal issues, their matrimonial issues, their social issues, their university affairs, their business enterprises issues, their government employment, their private entities working, and a lot of the complexities become a targeted resolution in the public sector, into the public resolution family resolution committee board in Pakistan, which should be addressed to the public, that in Pakistan, after the point that the distribution of the wealth and distribution of the properties and the rights inequities, the father and the mother of a family become central pointed victim in the public sector, while their children are not in the proper length of control for the reconciled way of income and expenses for their own self. And around about 85% of the males and females, both groups, waste the income and expenses of their father and mother in order to contest that they are working, they are achieving their high ends or goals of the thinking. So they are not critically thinking the economical destitution of their parents, and they are not into the solutions as to resolve the matters of their income and expenses issues in the Pakistan. So when it comes to understand that the parents, if the parents of our children are disturbed, mentally exhausted, and such parents do not have sufficient medium as to reconcile the bread and butter for the eventualities to be restored in time thereafter, the divorces cases, the khula cases, the constitutional cases, the property distribution cases, the matrimonial disorder transactions, the sanctions of the religious impeachments of the laws in Pakistan appears to be the constitutional issue, quite the Article 183, Clause 1 and Article 184 and Article 187 in the Supreme Court of the Pakistan. Such minded-like cases are becoming the prerogative and interest in the judicial organs of the administrative quasi bodies in the Pakistan, and none of the individual or especially human beings which are neither the bureaucrats or such groups of individuals become the part and parcels of the public administrative organs are constructively destroying the career of the youngsters in the within the pretext of the multiple monarchies or the anarchies, and such human beings are not in the position as to evolve the best piece of judgment regarding their own character building elements in Pakistan. So one should be very cautious as to the elements of the character building. One should invest its capital, interest, time into the present as to the ascertainment of the wealth from investing the small and daily steps in order to contest that they cannot fail in their upcoming days of hard labor. And that's the way in Pakistan the human beings are not in the questions of the laws. Despite of consideration of the failures of the equitable entrustment in Pakistan, the females are becoming a challengeable thought as reconciled after ascertainment of the puberty, and a lot of the females become subjections to the public decline projections, and such females want to ascertain a proper job for the day. And for salary packages, such females are working here and there in order to evade from the responsibility of a household appliances management issues in Pakistan. This is the factor which leads the failures of the marital conjugal relationships in a marriage, and thereafter a divorce in hand becomes a part and parcel of the such married couple in Pakistan, and they don't have a sufficient time as to corroborate that which sort of the evidences or the receipts would be procured from the both groups in the exhausting marriage ceremony. Marriage is a social contract, and it is a very expensive ingredient and element, and human beings are not in the position as to understand that the dissolution of the marriages or the suit for rectification of the marriages is not an ordinary nature of the observation, and a lot of the human beings are becoming multiple task-based obligations or task-based workings in Pakistan, and they are not into the perfect mediums as to reconcile the bread and butter. There is another apparent mistake of the individuals in the Pakistan, that the human beings are not willing to understand their intellectual failure as to understand the rights of each other. Likewise, the females and males, and both groups are into the miserable situations. The females want to have the perfect mediums of the males, but the males want to do erroneous activities in the public sector, and such males are not cost effective to the groups of the females in Pakistan. The females want to ascertain the natural justice from the equity or the equitable laws in Pakistan, but such laws are totally frivolous in the nature of the human beings, and such human beings are, I have read a lot of the laws regarding the rights of the females, and since females do not have the sufficient corroboration of the concurrent or operative parts of their livings in Pakistan, such females become devastated in the transitional sorts of the transaction under the transgending the rights of both groups. It is also being profound in the public sector that the females are becoming the sexually or homosexually physically assaulted in the public sector. Such females become permanent negated sorts of the elementary diluting or diluting groups of the females in the Pakistan, and such females want to achieve the high ends of the society. So if the females are becoming the post-integrated working in the administrative organs of the society, thereafter the males are not willing to understand the rights of the females. Therefore, we have to construe that whether we can develop a society where the both groups, likewise the females and the males, have a perfect sort of the living in proper organic way of mechanism as to fulfill their obligations in the society under the Muslim Sharia. So stay blessed. This is the Advanced Comparative Constitutional Advocate Gulraiz in 2nd October year 2024.